Okay, so this is the video for standard 6, 7, and 8. So I'm just going to start with, actually, I just wanted to start with, there were major internet connection issues. The class froze, the class disappeared. I couldn't see, it was terrible. You can't see that in the video. But it was a nightmare, and then I got really flustered, and I was trying not to let my frustration show. There were moments where it really did show, and that is something I think teaching online, I need to be very calm, and even when things go terribly wrong and everything falls apart, I just need to stay calm.
I'll tell you what though, Marnie, you would never know that from the video.
Because I cut out some bits, Michelle.
And what I really noticed was just how engaged the students were, even more than last time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, okay. I mean that was noticeable. So, you know, that's great.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed doing that activity at the beginning. It was really fun. I haven't done a scavenger hunt activity, and because they're at home.
Yeah,
perfect.
It's kind of easy. Yeah.
And, I got to know so much about the students. Like, it was really, really fun, and just using myself as an example as well. I thought, it's good. They are learning something about me. I'm learning a lot about them. So that was a really fun activity, and I want to do more of that kind of scavenger hunt stuff, especially because they're at home. They can just go and grab something. And
I found that inspiring as well.
You should. Are you going to try it?
I think so. Yeah.
It was fun. Okay. What else? I had all the activities for practice on one Google document so that the students could follow it. And then also what I really wanted them to focus on is they've got all the activities so that they could do it at home. And I also encouraged them to practice those activities. Because they had all the resources. They had the listen.
That wasn't so obvious from what I could see, but I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So, and I encouraged them to practice at home because they had all the resources for that. What else? So it was really good at the beginning. Bless you. It was good at the beginning to have them in their project groups. And so I went to each group and we had a great conversation. I could really see how much they had done. They had done a lot of work. They were ready to show me everything. And then if anything was missing or there were any misunderstandings, I could sit with the group and talk to them and give them that feedback and really help them. So one thing that did come up is the mission statement. Students were not very clear about that. So then I decided at the end of the lesson to show them that and just clarify that, because they didn't. One group had done an amazing job with that. Other groups weren't sure about it. What I realized is how difficult it is to do pronunciation practice online. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's hard.
And especially without phonemes at hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really, really hard.
Yeah.
But I thought you did well with modeling and demonstrating. And you used good resources.
But yeah, just catching good sound from students. I mean, when I went into the breakout rooms and could hear students individually, it was great. But when we just did the practice, it was really hard to really, in the classroom, I can tell if students are getting it or not. On video, it was really hard to really hear clearly, but we did practice a few times. What else? Okay, so a few things that I was thinking of maybe I would do differently. So each activity, there was some feedback. So activity 1, they did peer feedback. Then activity 2, they did the similar peer feedback. I was thinking it should be more structured, because I gave them some sentences to use. But maybe for the second activity, I could have had a table where they give a score or something a bit more detailed, that it isn't too general.
So did you think that the first 2 peer feedback were too similar?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
or,
and a bit too general. So maybe the first one could have been quite general. Second one, I could have been more specific, had a more specific way of giving the feedback. Because, you know, it was a bit too easy sometimes for students to just say, oh, good, 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 and not really help the partner. So I did bring that up with the class. I said that to them. And I said, you know, we're really focusing on helping your partner to improve. So you have to always say something that they can do better. Not just, oh yeah, good, 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 good to everything, which some students tend to do. About the videos I used. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I wanted to, actually, this is not something to change. This is just talking about something. Yeah, I really wanted them to get inspired for the first video with this person who won an award for his speaking. And actually students were commenting about how well he spoke, and they really picked up on that, which was really good. And some of the students were like, oh, I want to watch the whole video, and I want to see. And they even picked up on his body language and how he was with the audience, which was really good. And the second video, yeah, I wanted to use a poem, but we're just looking at the first part, and for them to practice that rhythm, intonation, and stress using a poem, which I thought would be fun. I thought it would be fun for them, and like more real practice, a real world practice for them. Yeah, I can't think of anything else, Michelle. So, would you like to comment on anything?
Do you want? I've written quite a lot of notes in terms of each standard. So are you willing?
But maybe choose the things that you think I need to.
Need to what?
That you think I should need to improve or adjust or change or.
Well, I couldn't think of anything. So I thought that you achieved the standards very well in terms of standard 6, which is about assessment. You gave a lot of different, you used a lot of different kinds of assessment formats, which I thought was great. So you went into the breakout room and checked their project progress, and then you gave them some suggestions, like use charts or graphs to illustrate the data. You recommended about the time limits, and you reminded students to use citations. And then it said in the lesson plan that you're going to collect data to direct future learning.
Yeah, when I was going to the rooms, I was just taking some notes if there was anything that I needed to cover a little bit more.
Okay, so yeah, I thought that was great. In stage 5 of the lesson, you presented the success criteria, which I thought was great. And then you used that to focus on pronunciation development, which you said you had collected data previously about
just
that.
from their needs analysis, what they had said.
Yeah, right. So I thought that was great. It was appropriate for that assignment task, and it led into the pronunciation activities. Yeah, the pronunciation activities were great. I like the way you broke them down into separate pronunciation features, and you used different examples to help students understand what they were, like a listening text, the presentation. Sorry?
Singing.
Oh, and you're singing. That was good.
Student.
In terms of Standard 7, that was about planning for instruction. So I thought it was excellent. You started off with lesson objectives, and you made an explicit link between the activities and, the project progress and the pronunciation features needed for presenting. You drew on prior learning, and in terms of the group roles, and you reminded students about that. What else? The video of the TED Talk was a really good example of appropriate presentation techniques. Standard 7 mentions the use of examples, and I felt that you did use a lot of examples to help students understand what you were presenting.
Mm-hmm.
What else? When you showed the success criteria for pronunciation so that all students could understand why they were doing all these pronunciation activities, and that it linked back to their projects. You used a lot of different technology throughout your lesson, which again relates to Standard 7. And then Standard 8 is about instructional strategies, and what I wrote was the candidate continuously monitored students, especially in breakout rooms, and used a wide range of technologies throughout the lesson. These included PowerPoint slides, Google Docs, YouTube videos, and a listening track. Questioning was used effectively to elicit answers in terms of group roles, clarify concepts in terms of pronunciation features, and promote higher order thinking in students in terms of their own learning progress. So you provided a scale activity and an exit ticket. The candidate demonstrated that she is able to change her role in the classroom by becoming a participant, a coach, and a facilitator to encourage participation and learning in students.
That all sounds very good.
So Marnie, are you able to see my feedback on?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
you can read it.
Once you upload it, I can see it.
Oh, well, okay. So that's what you're going to see.
So just before I started this video, I read some of the exit tickets that the students have done, and they're so, I mean, it's a great class. They're so, willing to do all this little bit of extra work, and they've written, for every, each aspect they've written why they think that they've given themselves. Do you remember the exit ticket? I said, how confident you feel? And so then I asked why, and they've written something, why they feel confident or why they don't. And then they've set the goals and they've come up with really good ideas. So next lesson, I do want to brainstorm some other activities that they can do at home, to improve their pronunciation in general.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
I did have a document for that, but totally ran out of time for that. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Do they do the exit ticket in class or at home?
Well, I usually run at a time, so I set it all up and then they fill it all out, and then so I read it before the next lesson so I can.
Oh, so they send it to you?
No, I just save everything in the student folder so that they can just write.
Oh, great. Okay.
No emails to the teacher. I want to limit that, otherwise it's a bit crazy. So they just put it into the student folder, and it works really well. And yeah, I think, you know, I don't think before I really focused on reflection, but I think after the lessons, the students need this time to really think about what they have learned, why they're doing it, what they should do next. I think that's a really important part. Otherwise, they're just doing something,
Yeah.
and
they're
then
going through the motions, and they don't know why.
And then they go to the next one, and they're not really focusing on how to improve or what, you know, in class, yes, but not that idea about really focusing on things at home or other activities, which that exit ticket really gives them. So what did you think about my idea about the peer feedback? Do you think it should be more structured?
Well, how did you run it in class? How was it?
The Google document that they had for the practice, at the bottom, there were phrases for them to use. So I gave them.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Saying, you know, saying something need to improve, or so I did that twice. So maybe if the first time could be super general, second time maybe I could give more of a table. What do you think?
Hang on a minute. Is that document in your lesson plan? Or
yes, it is.
Hang on, where?
Otherwise, I can quickly show it to you. Oh no,
yeah, you show it to me, because I'm not sure.
Quickly show. Okay.
Well, show it to me.
I don't know about quickly.
All right.
I have so many Google documents that it's a bit hard sometimes.
Where do you keep them all? In your drive?
Yeah, no, in the ACED drive, which is not a good idea.
But I keep mine in my drive and I can't find anything.
Yeah, but I don't.
There's no rhyme or reason to it.
So I was using Hotmail for a long time, and for me, it's very easy to organize all the files in the Hotmail. See, I can't find it.
Hang on, is it in your lesson plan?
Oh, what am I doing? Yes, I've got the lesson plan open. So
hang on, where is it?
Give me a sec. No, I know exactly where it is. It'll take me.
Okay.
Yeah, I put all the links in because there were so many things. Can get confusing. For practicing. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, let me show you.
All right.
I had this one document with all the practice. So for practicing rhythm, see, I had peer feedback, and so I had some sentences for them to use to give feedback.
Oh, yeah.
And then for the second activity, I had the same thing. Peer feedback, and they had these sentences to use. So
hang on, where are the? Oh, okay.
So I was thinking for the second activity, I should have done something different. Still peer feedback, but more structured. Maybe giving us
maybe an assessment form where they tick stuff or write a comment or something.
And maybe giving a bit more detail. This could have, you know, this is a bit general. Yes, so I think peer feedback in a few different ways could be good too. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
I think that's everything. Do you have anything else to bring up?
Well, Well, as I say, I can't think of anything that you should or could do differently. Yeah, I thought every activity was applicable and appropriate. So I can't think of anything. But yeah, the peer feedback thing could be very
focus on, yeah. Or even, you know, trying out a few different ways and seeing what works best as well. Yeah, so I need to do a little bit of research on that, and then maybe next lesson I can try some different activities for that. Okay, thanks, Michelle.
okay.
Thanks a lot. Bye.